in tangerine to live our Blackpool dream.
Hello everybody and welcome to Illuminating Blackpool, my new FM 17 series where we take control of Blackpool Football Club and try to resurrect them. Because let's face it, it will be a resurrection. Looking at Blackpool's previous seasons, it's been a bit of a downturn. Obviously, they started, well, that's 2001, the meteoric rise to the Premier League, which ended after 1 year. And then it's been an absolute catastrophe from there. So they nearly made it back at the first attempt, lost in the playoff final under Ian Holloway, and then they went down, 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 and they find themselves here. League 2, which is the 71st league in terms of reputation, better than the Scottish Championship, which I thought was quite interesting. So, where do we start? So the season preview, we are third favourites for the title. New managers, Graham Websley, John McGreal, Dermot Drummy. Show you what we've brought in and everything in a second. So yeah, third favourites for the title. Cheltenham are favourites to go down, which I quite like that. So obviously, I told you we were relegated last season. Colchester and Leyton Orient up there, Yeovil, Plymouth, Wickham, Luton. It's wide open, down to sort of Cambridge, 40-1. I think anything lower than that. Although Carlisle are doing well in real life at the moment. Newport down the bottom. Exeter are struggling. Hartlepool, sorry Jeff, are where they are. What we've brought in so far. So we've lost Bright Ossie Samuel. Couldn't turn that down really. £400,000 up front. It will eventually become £1,001,000 when all of his add-ons kick in. So we brought in Jordan Stewart. There's a funny story about Jordan Stewart. Last night I was watching the Swindon game. They were playing in the FA Cup. Jordan Stewart happened to come on, and he did rather well. And I was like, oh, I wonder if we can get him in on loan. And sure enough, here he is. And he's a good little player. You know, he can play anywhere across the sort of behind the striker and in midfield as well, which I think is key. Because he's probably going to end up there or there, depending on what formation we play. But he can play down the middle as well, which is really good. Obviously, he's only on loan. We didn't have to pay any money for him whilst he's here. So I thought it was an easy one, as I'd asked the board for them to let us have a feeder club or an affiliate club, and they turned me down. John Joe Kenny, he was someone that was recommended when the game started. Young Everton right back again. He's another one. We did have a couple of right backs, but I thought, you know, he looked really good on paper. So yeah, I was really pleased to bring him in. That's only just recently happened. Will Atkinson, formerly of Southend United. So I've got to get used to buying these sort of players. But obviously, as a local lad to Southend, I know quite a lot about him. Good stamina, pace isn't all that great. Crossing's not too bad for League 2, really. But again, he's going to fill in on that right-hand side, probably as well. Semi Adji from Cardiff. Again, on loan. Didn't have to pay any money for him. Because we didn't really have any centre-halves. We had a couple, but not too many. So he's come in as well. Good potential. Harry Wilson from Liverpool. Someone to play on the left-hand side. He can play that advanced role. Have yet to decide whether we're going to play 4-2-3-1 or whether we're going to go 4-4-2. If you listen to Bood, which most of you do, 4-4-2 is the way to go, but we'll see what happens. And the last man in the last day or two, Oliver Davis. He played in the... Actually, he'll be in the first team squad. He played in the trialist friendly that they give you when you start the game. He looked really, really good. 4-star potential at the moment. 3-star. He's level with the 2 goalkeepers we've already got, but I'm thinking he might jump ahead, you know. So let's have a look at the rest of the squad as well. There are a few standout players there. So obviously we've got Oliver Davis, who's just brought in. Clark Robertson, young Scottish player. He's going to do quite well, I think. I sort of stumbled across him when we played our first friendly. I started with another 2 centre-backs and went, oh, he's actually quite good. We did have Liam Chilvers, we did have Marcus Holness, and somebody, Zach Whitbread as well, formerly of Premier League football, a couple of those. And then I just stumbled across this guy and thought, we don't need anybody. We've got him. So he's going to be key to us. 4-star ability, for this level at least, is pretty good. Henry Cameron is another good player. Only 2-star ability at the moment, but potentially 4.5 stars if we look after him. New Zealand international. 1 cap. So, you know, he's going to fly halfway around the world most of the time. But he's going to give Jack Payne, another good player, formerly of Peterborough and Leyton Orient, but a good midfielder, 24 years of age, you know, good teamwork, good work rate, good balance, composure on the ball. Finishing could be better, but 9 I suppose is not too bad for League 2. Kinson we've already seen. Carl Vassell is another one. He's been around, Carl Vassell. He was at Peterborough as well, but he's been around a lot lately. Dagenham, Shrewsbury. So if we can get him firing, he could be pretty good for us, I think. Obviously 10 finishing, but he's got lots of pace to burn. So with a man up front with him, if they can, you know, a little man, short man, tall man concept, I think he could work quite well for us. He's been playing with Jamal Matt at the moment. Again, because Jamal is, you know, 191 centimetres. That's quite tall. I might have to change that to feet and inches because I can't work with centimetres. But his pace is 13, so he's quite quick as well. Finishing 11, that's quite good for this level. He's a target man, so obviously he's quite tall. Any other ones to pick out from there? Will Aimson was another one that kind of just smacked me in the face. It hurt as well. I just put him on at centre half because obviously he said he could play defensive midfield. I put him on at centre half because I didn't have 2 centre halves to change. And I changed one and changed the other one, and I'm like, oh, he's a natural for centre half. So yeah, he did really well. Pace of 12, so he can get himself out of trouble. Good heading ability, good marking, good tackling, which you're going to need. The elder statesman, well, there's a couple of elder statesmen, Andy Taylor and Eddie Nolan. At 27 years old, I think he's maybe one of our older players, which says a lot about the squad. It's a young team. It's working its way back up again. He's, you know, full-back, can play anywhere across the back 4, and he could be really good for us. Jordan Stewart, we've had a look at. Mark Cullen, 24, formerly of Luton Town as well. There you go. See, I do know my football league. I watch a lot of it, so determination. He's had an okay pre-season so far. I've got an abundance of strikers which I've got to try and narrow down a little bit because there's loads and loads of them. Look at them all. Danny Phillips-Kirk, I don't know an awful lot about him, but he's really good. So I can't think who he's played for. Oldham, but again he sort of gets 4 or 5 goals a season. it's not. Formerly of Chelsea. Yeah, Danny Phillips-Kirk. And then there's Ardem Nandouye. I have been practicing that. Again, another good striker. Lots of strength, good jumping ability. 194, so he's taller than Jamal Matt by an inch or two. Mark Yates, formerly of Tottenham Hotspur, many years ago. There you go. He's been around quite a lot as well. Bradford, Oldham, Watford, Sheffield United, Colchester. I don't think he actually played for us. Oh, he did. There we go. A couple of times. 2004 or 5. Oh no, I don't remember that. That's a long time ago. It's a very long time ago. I was watching Tottenham back then, but I don't remember him playing. Tom Aldridge as well. I'm going to get to Brad Potts in a second. So he's our captain at the moment. Yeah, again, a fairly good defender. We do have a very good squad. At the moment, we have a very large squad, which we're going to narrow down. Brad Potts as well. You know, a ball-winning midfield player. Formerly of... I'm not going to try and guess that. Carlisle. Okay, so he played a bit for Carlisle. Played for Blackpool last season as well. So he is probably one of the very few players who was actually here last year. So that's about it for the squad. The squad is very full. It will be narrowed down a little bit. You've got 12 subs at the moment. We only need 7. There's a lot of players going to be sitting down doing nothing. But the good thing is, obviously, most of the people we've got on loan, they're here for nothing. So as long as they play them a few times, their managers won't get upset. Michael Caine is another one. I forgot about this guy. Not the Michael Caine you're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off, man. He's on loan from the champions Leicester City. I hate saying that. And I really shouldn't have done, because that's upset me now. Damn bloody Leicester. So yeah, so there is our squad. It's quite, as I say, quite full. We're going to look to trim it down. Let's have a look at the staff, because when I arrived, I was like, there's nobody here. They didn't have anybody. Can I have a look at staff? Yes, I can. Good. So, yeah, obviously Gary Bowyer went. Richie Klein, doesn't matter. Can't pronounce his name. Leave him. They all, yeah. So I've had to bring in a physio, a chief data analyst, because they're all the rage these days. 2 scouts, 3 scouts, all of varying ages, probably quite old, and Terry Harris. Because I'm an Essex boy, I thought Terry Harris was a good fit for an assistant manager. There's a good tactical knowledge, motivation, discipline, man management. Yeah, you know, I was quite happy. You know, he likes to play 4-4-2 as well. There were a couple of options. Oh, Terry, he was my selection. So let's have a look at the schedule as well. So we've been alright pre-season. We lost the first one to York, but then that was literally first day on the job. I was like, okay, what do we do here? I've got no staff. I'm just literally sitting here by myself, looking around like a fool. And we've beaten Tranmere. We've beaten Burton Albion, Championship Burton Albion. Herne Bay was one I stuck in, because you like to give them a bit of a boost when you first start. So a couple of goals against Burton Albion. We play Salford in our last pre-season friendly, and then we are off and underway at home to Exeter. And you will see that game. We'll see that game, Exeter City. Then we've got Barnsley in the EFL Cup before we go to Morecambe. It was our first away game. And obviously, anyone who knows English football quite well, it's quite busy at the start of the season. So the big squad might not be such a bad thing till the end of August, because we have got a lot of games before then, and even September. And then it starts to thin out a little bit. Tactics-wise, tic-tacs. Let's have a look at the tic-tacs. So we've got 4-4-2. We've got 4-2-3-1, which we can play as well. And 4-3-1-2, which we might play as well. So it's all going to be based around having 2 centre midfield players. And it's just a question of whether I go with 1 striker or whether I go with 2 strikers. Let me know in the comments if you've got any suggestions about that. That would be nice to hear from you. Danny Pugh's the captain. I think. Okay, Danny Pugh's the captain. Danny Pugh, formerly Manchester United, 33. He's probably our oldest outfield player. 33. He might get a few games. He might not. I'm not too sure. Bloomfield Road, obviously. Blackpool. Rebuilt in 2012. Obviously, Carl Oyston's the owner for Blackpool. Local rivalry: Preston, Burnley, Bolton, Fleetwood, Blackburn, Wigan. Because all along the west coast of Britain, obviously you've got lots of teams up in that area. Are we going to play any of those? Not this season. Next season, obviously Fleetwood are in League 1. Bolton are in League 1 currently. Burnley in the Premiership, Championship and Championship for the others. Jimmy Armfield. Very sad about Jimmy Armfield. If you haven't heard, he was diagnosed again with cancer the other day. That's quite sad. Good player in his time. Obviously the 55, Stanley Matthews, Stan Mortensen. You know, 2 great players of their time. Ian Holloway. The legend that is Ian Holloway. Brett Ormerod. Charlie Adam. Boo. Simon Grayson, obviously a Preston manager as well. So yeah, that is about it for the opening video. So yeah, your first game, or our first game together, will be Exeter. I'm really looking forward to this. I've been chomping at the bit to get this going since the beta came out, and I thought now is the right time to obviously start it. FA Cup first round, obviously we're going to end up in that as well. It's exciting times. I'm looking forward to it. That's it. Episode 1 is in the can. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've liked this video, please leave a like. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please do so. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's over there. There. I'll get better with the finger pointing. Thank you very much for watching. That was Illuminating Blackpool. And that was episode 1, done and dusted. I will see you for episode 2. Thanks very much. Bye.